Hello tennis guys and welcome to my channel. So this is my first proper playtest with the new head radicals, the MP and the Pro version for the 2023 season with the Auxetic technology. And guys, this will be a super interesting video from the point of view that I'm actually testing many things all together. I'm testing not only the radicals, but I will be switching to the Vcore rackets, to the Vcore 98 2021, the Tango Red that my friend is using now against me, and they are heavily customized to a swing weight of 330 swing weight points. Then I will talk about the balls we are using. These are the ATP, the Dunlop ATP balls. Then I will be talking about the tennis shoes I'm playing in. These are the Lotto Raptor Hyperpulse 100 clay. And I will also talk just a little bit about, let's say, the strings, and also I need to really talk about the environment I'm playing in, because this bubble hole is just amazing. So I will start, of course, with the radical rackets. Just, you know, it's really important to understand where to put these rackets in terms of, let's say, control, in terms of the precision, in terms of spin, in terms of maneuverability, in terms of the easiness of the use, the forgiveness, the sweet spot, the hitting sensation, and so on and so on. Guys, these rackets are in the sweet spot between the extreme rackets, the extreme series, and the prestige series. So if you are gravitating more to the competitive tournament play, you know what you're doing on the court every single time, every single shot. These are great rackets. So they don't generate the power of the extremes, but the feel and the similar connection to the ball is there, like with the extreme rackets, right? Because there is the Auxetic technology, and the technology really connects your arm with the ball perfectly. It's great. And then you need to count in that the head is smaller, also for the MP version. That is something that not many people are kind of willing to go for, because, you know, you hear MP version and you are like, of course, 100 square inches. No, nope, no, with the radicals. The radicals are just different in this sense. Smaller head, 98 inches for the MP and Pro version. And the difference is just in the, let's say, swing weight, in the overall weight, and mostly, I need to stress this out, in the stability. The stability, of course, for the Pro version and the plow through is like 20-30% better compared to the MP. But then there is the forgiving factor. The forgiving factor is better for the MP version, because it just allows you to be kind of more relaxed, more free, and not so, I would say, stressed, let's say, stressed by the overall weight. So we have the, let's say, the overview of these rackets. Great control, nice feel, nice touch, also nice touch with these rackets. Very good, better stability than with the extreme rackets, and the power is concentrated on the point, let's say, where you want to hit. Look at that. It's really great. And what what is a major difference, let's say, compared to the extreme rackets, is that the defense works now. The defense works because these rackets are somehow more capable of going away with the hard shots when you are defending yourself. Somehow the frame just responds in a more, let's say, direct way. It is capable of, let's say, consuming the energy from the opponent's shot, and at the same time to releasing the energy back to your stroke, which somehow with the extremes it's not there. And I said that in my first impressions, that the rackets have kind of different frame structure. They feel kind of more stiff, more filled with the graphite. The frame is just more solid. And I also like the frame is thinner. It looks like a proper player's racket, right? So now the interesting part of this video, I'm switching to the Yonex Vcore 98 2021 Tango Red of my friend, of the customized version, which is a 330 gram racket. And the story is like that. So this guy, who is my friend, he invited me because I helped him to customize this racket like 1 or 2 years ago, and he called me like, hey, I need to kind of give something back for your help, and I invited you into this hall. And the hall is just fantastic. It's massive. It's a proper, I would say, a competitive court with lots of space. You can run all over the place. The clay is fast. It's not some rubbish soft clay. It is like a hard court with clay on it. It is brutal. It is fast. Just fantastic. So I said, yes, of course, I will try that. And I was amazed by the size of this bubble hole. Look at that. It's huge. It's like a stadium. And now back to the Vcore. So when I switched back to the Vcores, I immediately realized that the plow-through is like 20-30% more, and the rackets are extremely powerful when they are customized in this way. And the balls fly fast with lots of spin, with super deep shots. The depth, the balls go like always. When I hit the ball, the balls goes always like 1 meter in front of the baseline. So super great experience for me, and I was really impressed by the customized Yonex rackets, the Vcore. So now back to the Radical Pro 2023. It is more punchy, guys. It is more punchy. It is like MP on steroids, let's say. And the good thing is, you kind of don't really sacrifice the maneuverability. Of course, the racket feels just a maybe tiny bit slower in some situations, but it's not the racket's fault. It's actually your fault when somehow you hit the ball with the off shot, or I would say when you are off the position, let's say. So don't blame the racket for this, because it's not the racket's fault. It's always your fault if you are not capable to really grab the racket, to control the racket properly. So it's 315 gram. It's not it's a light puppy at all. It's a proper player stick. What I noticed, the depth of the ball is kind of underpowered, let's say. The depth is really not there compared to the Yonex rackets, and compared also to my customized Artengo racket. My customized Artengo racket, I feel like I have more power, more flow through, but of course it is a customized racket. So now serve. Obviously the serve with these rackets, it was a highlight also with the previous generations. I always enjoy serving with the radicals. It feels like you can't miss, and you can go for the shots like all the time. And you need to drive these rackets. You need to put everything into it. It feels kind of effortless, but at the same time it feels like you need to push, go for the ball. Don't leave any spare energy behind, because somehow the racket will notice that you are like cheating, and that's not good. The racket needs your fuel, your energy to really work and to be the racket you enjoy. What is also important to note is that I'm using, or in these rackets, it's the head Lynx Tour string in the orange version, so it goes with the frame, with the orange color of the frame. I really like the string. It's a shaped string, so you can expect lots of spin potential, great control. You kind of feel like you grab the ball and the ball stays on the strings for the dwell time is just a little bit longer. So great control overall. The stiffness of this string is, I would say, medium. It's not stiff, it's not soft. I like it, I really like it. I would put it in the category of the, let's say, RPM Blast, of the Black Coat from Technifiber, and these similar strings. So the transition to this string was really seamless. At the first point I wanted to cut the strings out, because I felt like they are soft, because someone hit with the rackets before me, and actually they are soft. They are about like 20, I would say maybe 20 kilos, maybe even they are now softer. But I can adapt to this softness, because I actually like when the strings kind of break in, they settle down just a little bit, they get a little bit softer, and I can work with the extra energy the strings produce. But guys, this is a preliminary, let's say, review or preview, so maybe I will cut the strings out and put there my black coat. I'm used to it, and for the final, let's say, few hours of hitting with these rackets, I will just go with my setup at 24 and 23 kilos. But you know, the strings, just the tension drops like in 2 days to 20, 22, 21 and a half. Not as something that really holds tension. We know that. Now I will talk just a little bit about the balls. These are the Dunlop ATP balls, super premium balls. These balls are used, of course, on tour, in many famous or big tournaments. Also, they are used in some clubs in Austria, I believe also in Germany, because in Austria you can actually, every club in a competition, when I play competition in Austria, every club can choose their own balls when they play against someone. So when you are a home club, the home club always chooses not only the balls but also the surface. So in some clubs we play on clay most of the times, but at some clubs we play on an artificial, or let's say synthetic grass, or let's say carpet, and so on and so on. And every club can choose different balls, which is sometimes a mess because you need to adapt to these balls. But the Dunlop ATP balls, I would take them anywhere. I would take them absolutely anywhere, no flaws at all. When they are fresh, they are quite bouncy, but they break. There is a slight break in period, but a very short time, like 5-10 minutes, and then the balls are just great comfort, great control. everything is just fine. The durability is above average. It's a durable ball, let's say, so you don't miss when you buy Dunlop ATP. It's like a 8 out of 10 ball, so no issues whatsoever. One of the best balls to grab. Now I wanted to talk about also the shoes, because these are the Lotto Raptor Hyperpulse 100 clay shoes. This is the first time I'm actually playing in these shoes on clay. I used them for a couple of hours and also for coaching on some carpet and artificial, I'm saying always artificial, but it is a synthetic grass, and of course the feeling is just different. But this is the first time it's a clay shoe on clay, and I noticed that these are really high performance shoes, because the foam is quite stiff. So if you like stiffer foam, and I'm the guy who kind of likes the stiffer approach of the midsole, because the stiffer midsole actually generates more, regenerates the energy you put in a more aggressive and faster way, and also this stiffer foam holds better. The durability of the foam is longer, is better, and I need to say these are the shoes that go in the category of, let's say, ASICS Cord FFs, and these types of durable, big, heavier, chunkier, super stable shoe with great, I hope, great durability. And they're paired with a Vibram outsole, which is a super high premium outsole for the very first time used in a tennis shoe. So you know, if you are a hiking guy or girl, you're going hiking, the biggest major brand for the hiking boots outsole is the Vibram, because for the durability and so on. So it's now used for the first time in a tennis shoe. Why now for the first time? Why not earlier? So, but that's great, and Lotto is really doing a great job. You don't really miss when you buy a Lotto shoe nowadays, because they make some super premium shoes, and this one looks like spot on for aggressive, heavier guys, baseliners, aggressive sliders, and so on. So really good option. So now we are going to play some tie breaks, I believe. I need to say that the best strokes with the radicals is definitely the serve. Slice is great. Also double-handed backhand, forehand. I have no issues with these rackets whatsoever. There are really no flaws. It looks like an extreme series on steroids, let's say. So it's a more solid extreme racket with a lower forgivness factor. So we are playing the tiebreak, the super tiebreak, up to the 10 points now. I'm using the Radical EMP racket. I will then switch to the Pro version, and then I will switch to the Artengo and wait till the end of the video, because there will be some great comparison, and maybe you will learn from this video actually more than from the final review. Who knows? But I'm not hiding anything. I don't like that, like leaving stuff for the final review. So because I'm full of the experience, full of the information, and I need to get it out right now, and I don't want to, let's say, forget any important details. So maybe you are asking, like, hey, tennis guy, what is the best thing about the radicals, and what is the worst thing about the radicals? So I will start with the, let's say, worst or bad thing about the radicals, and I already mentioned that these rackets are not forgiving as the extremes. The extremes are just they are like your, not only, let's say, friend, but really someone who is, let's say, like guiding you, helping you to create the power more, to create the spin more. And these rackets, the radicals, are more like I would say your let's say your coach, your strict coach that is telling you like you need to do this, and then it will be okay. But I'm not like here for you to help you with the positioning on the court, the preparation phase. I'm not here like to help you to generate the power for you. I'm just here to tell you what to do, and you need to do it, and then everything will be okay. So no real helping hand from the radicals. The sweet spot is somehow smaller, even when I compare it to the Extreme Tour. It feels like both of these rackets have kind of more concentrated sweet spot into the performance side. So they are here to control your swing, and your massive swing, your fast swing, and you are the one who needs to you are the one who needs to convert your experience into the performance. So it's not like the racket performance is there to somehow help you, let's say. So look at that. So I was lazy in this moment, and this is exactly what will not ever happen with the extreme rackets. With the same amount of power and the same amount of effort, the ball will just go over the net. But at the end of the day, the serve would be like with a very low speed, but it will overcome the net much easier compared with the radicals. So if you experience help from a tennis racket, no, it's not there. And that is maybe for someone the biggest, let's say, flaw. But it goes hand in hand with the experience. It goes hand in hand with the quality of your overall tennis. So guys, if you are buying the radicals, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing on the court, right? So it's on the opposite with the extreme rackets. With the extreme rackets, you are kind of, you can like guess, you can like trial and try, you can make some errors during the swing, let's say, and the extreme rackets will there to like help you, but not with the rackets, with the radicals. Sorry, the radicals are here not to correct you. So this is the best explanation. So now I'm switching to the Radical MP, to the Radical Pro, to the heavier version. And this is the ideal, let's say, way and spot to talk about the biggest surprise, or not surprise, but with the biggest positives of these rackets, let's say, when I compare them with the Extreme Series. So if you watched my review for the Extreme Series, there was one thing I mentioned that I didn't like with the rackets, and that was the defense, the defensive play. Somehow the rackets felt like they lacked the power to deal with a hard hitting player. So if you were the one who was defending heavily against a hard hitter, a big hitter, then the rackets were kind of dead. They were weak. Suddenly the performance wasn't there, the flow-through wasn't there, the mass wasn't there, and so on and so on. This is not the case with the radicals. The radicals are much better in the defensive shots. If you are pushed deep back into a defense position, if you are also struggling with the preparation phase somehow. But did you see that shot? I just wanted to play from a defense perspective. I wanted to play precise, long line. I wanted to hit the right corner, and I missed massively, because you know, if you are in this situation, just focus on playing a deep shot, even in the center of the court, not a problem. This was a nice wrist shot, so it is really great with these rackets if you somehow stop kind of caring that you might overshoot the court, because the power is lower compared to the extreme rackets, and you just need to let the rackets do their job, swing the racket fast, go for the shot. Look at the defense with the sliced backhand, really great, and now attacking back with the forehand. So probably with extreme rackets, the sliced backhand in the defense position, in this heavily defense position, it would be very short one, or even it would end it up in the net. So this is the biggest difference in the rackets, and of course the precision, the control, and so on. What about the spin? The spin is there when you need it. It's not there when you don't need it. It's not there to overspin the balls, let's say. The spin is good, but not something I would say like a brutal spin of the Extreme series or the pure arrow racket. So a great, I would say this will be a great also racket for flat hitters. It supports more of the traditional flatter hitting style. But if you look at the grommets, the side grommets on the 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock, they are actually meant, they are actually octagonal, and they are actually meant to let the strings move more. And then look at that, I overshot the chord with a heavy flatter forehand. So you need to be also or I wanted to say you need to be careful, but actually you can't be careful with these rackets. You just need to swing with them, and if you overshoot the chord like I did now, you just correct yourself then in the next shot, because these rackets will tell you a little bit more about your weaknesses, and that's also a great thing about these high performance rackets for players who crave for some tournament play and so on, because these rackets are talking to you, let's say, in a more strict and negative way. Look at how I was lazy. The swing was super slow swing with my hand, and that's why the ball ended in the net. You can't do that. You can't do that. You need to be confident. You need to go for the shots, because when you are afraid with the radicals, they will notice that, they will feel that somehow. So of course the feedback is a little bit more, I would say, muted. It's not also, I don't feel that the feedback is that, let's say, crisp, but at the same time these rackets have great wooden sound. Once again, that is something, the sound is somehow enhanced. I like that, especially when you are on the net, you play the volleys. It's like hitting with a wooden racket. Great on returns. Not now. I play the slice forehand. I was out of the position, but I have another footage of me hitting with these rackets. I will leave it for the full review, where I hit great returns against a big serving guys. And look at that. So the game plan with this racket is just go for the ball, hit the ball as fast as you can. It's the game plan. It's the game plan for the radicals. Be radical. Do it. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't be like, don't play the high ball like 3 meters over the net. Just swing it. Go for it. And boom. Boom. Too late. Shorter ball. High spin. And he killed me with his Vcore 98 customized. So don't hesitate with these rackets, guys. Don't hesitate. Do your job. Be confident. Don't expect help. And yeah, that's it. So you will see me switching to the Artengo. So now I'm switching to the Artengo TR960 Control Tour 16x19 customized by myself. And if you want to see how I did that, how I customized the racket to the swing weight of about 323 or 325, which is a really nice swing weight for this type of racket, just click somewhere in here and you will see the link and you can learn how I did that. So missing sound once again because I have a problem with the camera when ending the clip, but the sound will be back very soon. So this was another super tie break with the Artengo, and I just wanted to compare how I feel about the racket was different. And the first thing I noticed right away, and it was during the super tie break all the time, it happened all the time, was that the balls were flying much longer with the Artengo racket somehow. So I made quite a lot of mistakes into behind the baseline, but it was the balls were like 20 centimeters behind the baseline. Look at that. So it was it was a quite funny experience. It was like playing with a really different racket, and I am now very used to the Artengo racket. I love it, but somehow when switching back from the radicals feel like they can really concentrate the energy more in the court. And I was talking about it right at the beginning when I tested also the boom rackets, that the Auxetic technology is somehow making the rackets more, every of the racket that the technology is incorporated in makes the racket somehow more control oriented, like you feel you have the ball in your hand, and that creates the fantastic connection. And that's why I'm so enthusiastic about the head Auxetic series that is really blooming in the last year and this year, and it will be there for sure in the next years, because head has some big plans with the Auxetic tech, and it creates this connection and feel of confidence that you can somehow miss the court. You can't overshoot the court. The ball is somehow going into the court like always, and it is really interesting. With the Artengo, I feel that I can somehow play when I'm really good in a good position. I can play winning points, the winners more, the shots that my opponent is not able to reach at all. I like with the Artengo, I like the feel I like the touch. I like the kind of direct communication with the racket. It was a close one, close call, little bit too much. I like that this racket is not correcting me, let's say. It's a more, I would say it's a more of this classic frame, like a pure frame, classic frame that is like 10 years, let's say 10 years behind in the terms of the helping hands and helping technologies. So I really enjoy the Artengo. Brutal, nice slice. I really didn't thought that it will end in. It was a very difficult one, but somehow these shots are really amaze me, and I need to thank the racket for that. And I'm also playing with the Wilson rip spin strings, 1.35, guys. But when they break in, they are actually really good. Not that stiff at all. Really nice control with these strings, and yeah, that's it. That's end of the super tie break with Artengo. So guys, wait for the final review, of course. This was my preliminary video, let's say preview, but with lots of info, and you can expect, you maybe already know what will be the final review for these rackets. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to support my channel, you can buy me a coffee. You can click the super thanks button, and you can of course visit my Tennis Guys art shop. Thanks for watching. Enjoy tennis, play tennis every time, and watch tennis every time, every day, and don't forget to enjoy the manooovrlbity. Bye guys.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious! That ball was on the line!